And this is the fertilizing room. Just to give you a general idea, this is where we fertilize the embryos. Tomorrow, you'll be settling down for more serious work. You won't have time for generalities. Now, Bokanovsky's process. 1 egg, 1 adult, 1 embryo. Normality. But a Bokanovskified egg will bud, will proliferate, will divide, making 96 human beings grow where only 1 did before. Now that is progress.
But Mr. Director, where does the advantage lie?
What a terrible question, my good boy. Can't you see? Bokanovsky's process is one of the major instruments of social stability. Mr. Foster! Mr. Foster, can you tell us the record for a single ovary in this center, Mr. Foster?
16,012, sir.
I love the enthusiasm, Mr. Foster. Now tell us more about the embryos.
The lower the cast of the embryo, the shorter the oxygen supply. We do our best to make sure that the cast of each embryo corresponds to their treatment. Therefore, in epsilons, we simply don't need human intelligence. See these epsilons?
Thank you, Mr. Foster. Oh, it's 10 to 3. I fear we must be going up to the nursery. Now, students, watch carefully. And now we proceed to rub in the lesson with a little electric shock. Now they'll grow up with an instinctive hatred of flowers and books. They'll be safe from the evils of botany and literature. Oh my, look at the time. We must be heading to the hypnopedia room. Follow me, students. This, students, is where the young children are taught the lessons that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. They are taught with a drone in their sleep, thus hypnopedia. You may begin.
All wear green, and Delta children wear khaki. Oh no, I don't want to play with Delta children. And epsilons are still worse. They're too stupid to be able to read or write. Besides, they wear black, which is such a beastly color. I'm so glad I'm a beta. Alpha children wear gray. They work much harder than we do because they're so frightfully clever. I'm really awfully glad I'm a beta because I don't work so hard. Then we are much better than the gammas and deltas. Gammas are stupid. They all wear green, and Delta children wear khaki. Oh no, I don't want to play with Delta children. And epsilons are still worse. They're too stupid to be able.
Oh, I am so much looking forward to going to the Savage Reservation with you.
So you will accept after all?
Well, I'm here right now, aren't I?
I suppose so.
Can we go play electromagnetic golf? All this time for purely talking is getting so boring.
Huh. I just want to enjoy this view.
I can't stand to just sit here in silence. Let's listen to some music.
Turn that off. I can't stand that awful sound. I need to look at the ocean in peace.
But the music's lovely, and I don't want to love it.
But the ocean makes me feel as if I'm not just some cell in a greater organism. Like I'm something more. Some sort of individual.
It's horrible. It's just so horrible. Please, take me back.
Fine. Let's go.
Henry Foster. Hello, Mr. Foster. Yes, indeed. I am aware of his situation. He must be made a public example here in this room with all the higher class workers. Yes, I am aware of his skill. That is why he must be made an example here. The greater a man's talents, the greater his ability to lead astray. That is why it must be here, sir. Yes. After all, murder kills only an individual. What is an individual? Unorthodoxy itself threatens society. That is why he must be brought down. Ah, here he comes now. Goodbye, sir.
Hello, Mr. Director. I mean, you asked me to come meet you here?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst a traitor who seeks to usurp our society and destroy the very stability of our society by his rejection of our Ford's teachings, and by his absurdity, he seeks to upheave our very societal values. Mr. Marx, do you have any reason why I should not exile you?
Well, yes.
Oh, Tomoki. My dear Tomoki.
What is the meaning of this monstrous,
But don't you remember me?
this monstrous practical joke?
But I'm Linda. I'm Linda. But you made me have a baby. I had him. It was awful. It was awful. I was all alone. But I had him. And he's your son. And he's here right now. John!
My father. Oh no, this is too much. I will never live down such an embarrassment. I must quit right now. Oh no.
Enter. Mr. Marx, Mr. Watson, I assume you're aware of the gravity of your situation.
Clearly, we're about to be sent to Iceland to live the rest of our days out in misery.
Mr. Marx, you have no idea how fortunate you are.
I'd hardly describe my situation as fortunate. In fact, I find it rather distressing.
You know, I am much more like you than you could ever imagine. I was nearly sent to live on an island myself when I was a young man, but I almost wish that I had taken the opportunity when it presented itself.
How do you mean?
You see, in this society, you are seen as misguided deviants. Not to put too fine a point on it, you stick out like sore thumbs. We send all of these misguided deviants to islands to live.
Which is the exact punishment you've laid out for us.
But you see, punishment is the wrong word, Mr. Marx. You'll be surrounded by kindred spirits, people who understand the dissent you feel for our society.
You mean others who have been banished?
Mr. Marx, you have clearly requested to be removed from the society that you find so repulsive. But why destroy the society for the sake of one dissident? I could just as easily send you to Iceland, quickly and quietly, both to the benefit of you and to society. And of course the same is true for you, Mr. Watson.
What makes you so sure I would enjoy Iceland? I abhor the cold.
Oh, but I can send you to any island that you choose, and I can guarantee you that you will be among most enlightened individuals. Now, gentlemen, I have a private matter to settle with Mr. Savage, if you please. Savage, what are we going to do about your current situation? You are miles from home in a foreign land with foreign laws.
I really cannot say. All I know is that I'd rather not stay here where beautiful works of poetry are banned from publication.
Well, Mr. Savage. Are you a fan of poetry?
I'm partial to the works of Shakespeare, but I doubt that would interest you.
Oh, but on the contrary, Mr. Savage. Shakespeare's works are surely the mark of genius.
Why don't you let the people read them then? Surely they can appreciate the arts.
Mr. Savage, we condition every one of our citizens to enjoy work and to enjoy their life in general. They don't know what hardship is or struggle is. They've never heard of it. So how do you expect a society void of these emotions to understand the tragedy of Othello? Any empathy they could have for Othello and Desdemona has been stamped out of their character. And for the better, I might add.
If they cannot experience grief, then why not show them the joyous world of religion?
You see, in the old days, the joys of religion would reveal themselves in old age. You know, when youthful antics were beginning to fade. And these days, we don't get old, at least not physically. We can continue to enjoy the things we enjoyed in our youth right up to the very end. So why would we ever provide a solution to the suffering that people have never felt? You see, Soma is Christianity without the tears, my dear Savage.
But surely they must grow anxious as they reach the end of their life.
But that's simply not so. We condition every citizen to view death as the healthy end of a life free of grief and suffering. Is that not ideal?
But some suffering is ideal. I don't want comfort. I want God. I want poetry. I want real danger. I want freedom. I want goodness. I want sin.
But you must realize, Mr. Savage, that you're claiming the right to be unhappy.
I do. I claim it all.
Well, you're welcome to it.